All right, let's dive into the story behind Strike Finance. We're talking about a protocol in the Cardano ecosystem that's not just aiming to grow, it's aiming to completely take over. So how are they doing it? Let's get right into the data.
To really get a sense of what's going on, you just have to look at this one chart. It tells a massive story. According to the team's own projections, the Strike token is on a path to become 40% of the entire Cardano DeFi market cap. I mean, think about that. That's not just growth, that's basically becoming the center of gravity. So how on earth did one protocol manage to get here?
Well, a market share this big doesn't happen by accident, right? It's all about strategy. And the core idea is actually pretty simple. Capital is always going to flow where it can grow. Sources are saying that users are just flocking to protocols that can, and I'm quoting here, reliably print money for them. It's a strategy that's all about delivering real, tangible results. And that performance, it's backed by what the team itself is calling absurd numbers. And really, these metrics are the engine that's driving all this growth. So let's break them down.
This quote from the team says it all, doesn't it? It's not about some one-time lucky break. It's about a system that's consistent, predictable, like clockwork. So let's look at the numbers that make this thing tick.
First up, let's just talk about volume. The protocol is getting close to 1.5 billion ADA in total trading volume. To give you some perspective, that is a massive amount of economic activity, basically turning it into a major hub on the entire Cardano network. Now check out how that volume turns into actual revenue. We're talking over $135,000 in a single week. That level of performance actually put it in the top 100 decentralized apps globally. So this isn't just about being a big fish in the Cardano pond. It's competing on the world stage. And this right here, this is the final piece of the puzzle. Where does all that value go? Well, it goes right back to the users. Over 15 million ADA has been paid out in rewards. And this creates this incredibly powerful feedback loop, right? Volume creates revenue, that revenue creates rewards, and those rewards attract even more users and more capital. It just keeps feeding itself. But look, impressive numbers are one thing. They can disappear if you don't have the foundation to keep it all going. And that's exactly why the team's focus has shifted. They're now building what they call an institutional-grade engine, and that whole process starts with the team itself. In their own words, they're cooking. I love this. This one word, which they use in their announcements, it signals this period of intense, heads-down development happening behind the scenes. It's all about making that transition from one phase of growth to the next, much more sophisticated one.
And a huge part of that cooking is a really strategic new hire. They brought on a quantitative engineer, a quant, from a top-tier global market-making firm. And their whole job is to build an institutional-grade market-making bot. Now, this is absolutely key, because this bot is designed to automate trading strategies and make sure the protocol's liquidity providers are profitable. That makes the whole platform way more stable and way more attractive to serious professional money.
And all of this work, the incredible financial performance, the team getting bigger and stronger, it's all been building towards one massive event, the launch of Strike V2. This is being set up as the protocol's biggest, most important upgrade ever.
The way they rolled it out was super methodical. It started with final testing and then a private launch. But then, and this is the really clever part, they gave early access to their top traders from V1. This isn't just a nice little reward. It's a super smart strategy to battle test the whole system with experts before opening the floodgates to the public at the end of February. But here's the thing. The V2 launch isn't the finish line, not even close. According to our sources, it's actually the launch pad for a much, much bigger expansion. So what's coming next?
So looking past V2, the roadmap shows 3 huge catalysts on the horizon. First, they're breaking new ground by expanding into the Solana ecosystem. Second, they're making everything more accessible by launching a native mobile app. And third, they're finally flipping the switch on that new institutional engine to officially bring in the big-time liquidity providers. It's a clear, multi-front attack plan for growth. So when you connect all the dots, you've got the record-breaking financials, the strategic hires, and this massive V2 launch, you see this clear story of calculated momentum. They've built a brand new engine, and now they're pointing it at a much, much wider road. So the only question left isn't if they can keep growing, but just how much of the market they can possibly capture next.